And good afternoon. This is Coach Big Pete of DeepDishFootball.com. How are you doing? It is time now to preview another IHSA 2017 conference. This time it will be the Vermilion Valley Conference. Again, previews, predictions mean absolutely nothing. What I say means absolutely nothing. You got to put the pads on. You got to go on a 50-yard line, and you got to play the game. Simple as that. And the fact that we live in weird parody times of Illinois high school football, bad teams can be good and good teams can be bad. Simple as that. It's a weird time to be coaching, especially coaching Illinois high school football and playing Illinois high school football. But it's it's unpredictable, and that makes it even more entertaining for the fan in that. So, time for the Vermilion Valley Conference. Okay, now I have the top dog teams, my middle of the road teams, and my underdog teams. Three categories. And just to let you guys know, these are not in order. Just to bring it up to you. All right, my first, my updog teams, my top dog teams. Sorry, first, very powerful, pretty good team for a couple of years now. Bismarck Henning, Isaiah Kitchens, athlete I really like, slash running back, slash defensive back, slash linebacker, can do whatever he wants to. It's that typical small school athlete that you look at, especially at a D2 level, NAIA level. It looks really good. But Bismarck Henning has not missed a punch, especially with last year's class, now this year's class. They look great. Next one. I think they only had one loss, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was in the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. If I do, I apologize. Westville, Duncan Hathaway, defensive back slash other athlete, athletic positions for you college coaches that you are watching. But Westville and Bismarck Henning is probably going to be the game for the conference. That's my personal feeling in the Vermilion Valley Conference. It's going to be it's going to be a very good game. Hopefully I can go see it. My third team is Salt Fork, Taylor Brown, Gage Romack, two very good athletes. For Salt Fork, I do believe Salt Fork is going to be in the challenge for the Vermilion Valley top dog, basically the conference title. Um, Now my middle of the road teams, and this team is my one of my. I have two surprise teams in this conference. My surprise team is Hoopeston. I really do like Hoopeston. Um, I'm a little bit. I was a little bit shocked to check out their uh, um, their population, their student population density for that team. I'm going to be very surprised if they. I think last year was an off year, especially checking out some of the huddles, a lot of mental mistakes and everything else. But I really do think Hoopston can do something this year. Jacob Caltrone, tight end slash wide receiver slash athlete, player to look out for. Next one is Oakwood, uh, Austin Urso, wide receiver. I do believe again Oakwood and Hoopston. I have Hoopston as my surprise team, but I do think Oakwood could be in the same spot as Salt Fork that I have above. I think they could switch, but again, it's going to be a good season of football, especially for these five teams. Now, for my underdog teams, I have Milford, Brandon Rose, slot back, wide receiver, and defensive back slash athlete for Milford. It's again going to be another tough year for Milford. My last team, who I have as my surprise team, who I think can shock a lot of people, especially with the number of players that they have back. And I think last year was absolutely a learning experience for them because they had a lot of sophomores. But I do think that Georgetown looks great this year. I think they're a team to look out for. White, Moser, edge rusher is the player to look out for Georgetown. Now again, this is an interesting conference due to the fact that it's like uh, you got six teams that are in a class division by themselves. You got one team that's got 700 kids, I believe. It's absolutely crazy. But you got a bunch of good little small school teams. I have maybe four to five, four actually four teams. I have four teams that will be making that will make my prediction. They'll be making IHSA playoffs this year. But it's going to be another great year in Vermilion Valley. Um, it should be interesting again. Like I said, Westville and Bismarck Henning. That's going to be the game of the conference. And no, that's about it. Thank you so much. If you like my stuff, please follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter and Facebook. I'm also on Instagram, Coach Big Pete. Also visit deepdishfootball.com. If you like what I had to say, you can leave a little tip or donation on deepdishfootball.com, the front page on the right hand section. But should be a great year. If you are interested in Deep Dish having being the Deep Dish Football Game of the Week, you can nominate your game, and I will go to it for Deep Dish Football Game of the Week. Thank you so much, and have a lovely day.